Greetings, dear friends, and welcome to the Karapet channel. Today, we will be discussing two wonderful songs belonging to our folk song genre. To St. John the Forerunner Church I went, Sourb Karapet and gnatser, and Luminous Morn, Aravot lousaber. First, let's get acquainted with the Sourb Karapet and gnatser. We find the words of this song in the second volume of the book Homeland Song by Mihran Tumacian, a student of Gomidas. It includes the title of Yerzanga's folk songs for journey and pilgrimages. There is the following note in Tumacian's book. Since ancient times, this has been one of the most popular songs in the Armenian people's lives, along with feelings of faith and hope. The poor, the homeless, the sick, and those with physical deficiencies of all kinds, all those who long for love and better days, and come to vow before Saint Garabed, also known as Mush's Sultan. Saint Garabed helps everyone, dispels physical and mental pains, and gives abundant rewards, both love and faith and hope. The intricate habit of these deep-rooted beliefs is an echo of the poem, which, as in many other places, is sung in Yerzanga in hundreds of quatrains in Armenian and in Turkish. It is one of the most common verses found among manuscripts and printed books, where, as appropriate, the names of the place of pilgrimage are changed, such as Jerusalem, Echmiadzin, Armash, Sis, etc., where the names of the saints are exchanged, the most powerful of which is Saint Garabed of Mush, Saint John the Baptist, the Holy Mother Mary, etc. There exists a vast field of study for philologists and musicologists to get acquainted with the age-old beliefs and everyday customs of our people. Let's talk about the traditional custom of pilgrimage to Mush and the Saint Garabed Monastery, which is a living testament of the power to believe and rely on a supreme power, the most mature, the most gifted, the most gracious power. The words in the majority of versions are written in the pure literary language of its time, which makes us think that these hymns were born inside the walls of the monasteries, and then were imposed on the people, and the people, in turn, having mastered them, made their own, both in the words and in the manner in which it was delivered. It is for this reason which these songs deserve to be called folk in every way. We will now listen to this song performed by the Nudar Ensemble with the artistic director Lucine Nazarian. As we have just listened to the song dedicated to Sourb Karapet, in the second half of this segment, we will talk about the song Aravot lousaber. The author of the words to this song is Grigor Peshtilmachian, a lexicographer, grammarian, philosopher, and pedagogue who lived in the beginning of the 19th century. The history behind the creation of the song, as reported by Garabed Sarkissian, is conveyed by Arshak Adamyan in his History of Old Armenian Literature book. We learn from him that Peshtilmachian's works were aimed at meeting the demands of the time. At the time, young Mgrdich Khrimian, who would later become Catholicos of Armenia, tells in his recollection why Grigor Peshtilmachian wrote works dedicated to all the saints, but forgot the Apostle Thaddeus. Venerable Grigor answered that the Apostle Thaddeus was too far away, so the idea did not come to him. A few days after that conversation, Grigor Peshtilmachian brought Mgrdich Khrimian a poem dedicated to the Apostle of the Armenians, which began with the words, "Morning bright, Armenia of the highlands," at the end of each quatrain of which it said, "Thaddeus, the Apostle, are you far away?" Mgrdich Khrimian was fond of the prayer, so much so that after he read the poem, he wrote a melody, and they began singing the poem as a song. The song became one of Khrimian's favorite pieces. This song was written in the 1820s and 30s, and it is difficult to say with certainty that the melody has remained unchanged since then. However, it is certain that this song was written down in the same way as it was known today in the annotated songbook belonging to Simpat Ertevtsian, dated February 10, 1890-91, in the Kevokian Seminary. It is likely that it is already the version developed by Gomidas, but in any case, Garabed Sarkissian assures that the melody is highly archaic. The song Aravot lousaber is often called a poem because it has a distinctive structure and style, originality, and artistic merits characteristic of poems. This is considered Gomidas's first song in various memoirs, although it is indeed one of Gomidas's pre-Berlin compositions. Garabed Sarkissian believes that Gomidas revised his work after studying in Berlin upon returning back to Armenia. Now, let us look at the content of the song. The song, as we have seen, is a prayer addressed to Thaddeus the Apostle, who spread Christianity in Armenia in the 1st century according to tradition. The singer calls him the dawning morning of the flower-rich forest of the northern sides of Armenia. He is exemplified as a proud crown prince, who was the first enlightener of the Armenian people. The heathen people are compared to growing plants, for which the Apostle Thaddeus was life-giving water, a cup of joy to those who are saddened in spirit, and protected the afflicted, and becoming a massive wall of faith. It is a song that heralds the salvation of life, like the lily flower that heralds the coming of spring after the deathly cold of winter, and inspires hope for life, like a light through darkness. He seems to have created a new world with the power of the Holy Spirit, shining the light of God on the Armenian nation. Thanks to him, Princess Santucht accepted the doctrine of Christ, after which, by the order of the Armenian king Sanadrug, she was martyred with the Apostle Thaddeus and ascended to heaven. And at the end of each quatrain, when the deeds of the Apostle Thaddeus are listed, his importance for the Armenian people is shown with various comparisons. The question is asked, why after all this he modestly stays away and does not shine among other saints? As much as his works were done in the distant past, but their fruits reach fruition even in our present days. That's all, friends, about the Aravot lousaber. At the end of this segment, we will hear this song, performed by the Ike Choir with the artistic director and group director, Anahit Babayan. Thanks for watching this episode. Stay tuned for more ICAPER posts.
lousaber.